Hey there, it's Heather with Heather's Healing, and I'm here to look at the energy of the upcoming week, which is February 9th through the 15th, 2026. This is a collective read. I'm going to go ahead and pull a couple of cards from this deck, just looking at themes and overall energies. And thanks for being here, you guys. All right. Be here now. So, of course, a reminder to be present. And gentle release. Oh, I like these. This is nice. Let me move these cards out of the way. So be here now. Practice mindfulness to be present in the moment and gain insight. I think this is especially important since things are kind of crazy in the world. And being present, that sounds super simple, but that isn't always easy to do. And also just a reminder to take a deep breath, stay in your body, and be aware of how you are feeling so that you can regulate yourself and your emotions. And also just knowing when you need a break. You need to take a break from the news, the energy around you, put yourself in timeout. And then the other card, it's a beautiful card. It says, gentle release, let yourself surrender to the flow of life's mysterious currents. And this definitely has a watery feel to it. This whole week to me feels very watery. So that can highlight emotions. I'm hearing stagnant emotions. So perhaps things could be coming up that, emotions, thoughts, feelings that you weren't expecting. You could be caught off guard by maybe memories, things that are coming up from the past that you weren't expecting. It does feel like a really watery week. Pay attention to your intuition. That could be really heightened, and you could just be feeling maybe more sensitive than normal. I will say there's some harmonious aspects around Wednesday as far as personal growth, finding harmony within your growth. So that's around Wednesday. Tuesday, there's a possibility of taboo truths coming up. There could also be some confrontational communication on Tuesday. So just be mindful of that. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot. And if you wouldn't mind subscribing, I would really appreciate that. It's a nice way of just saying thank you. All right, so some tarot, looking at the week ahead. What else do we need to know? And definitely challenging times. I mean, that's when you find that's when you grow the most, but it's also a wonderful time to practice mindfulness. It's really easy to be mindful and present when things are going well in your life. It's when things are not going well or are a little rocky, that's kind of the challenge. Yeah, definitely a great week to connect with intuition. That we've got the High Priestess right there at the end. So the other things to focus on too is Thursday. Thursday's a great day to stay focused on your purpose, your destiny, and also learning, education, whatever could help move you closer to your goals. Thursday's a great day to look at that. And then Sunday, you could be really feeling the need for freedom, escape. Allow yourself to have that break on Sunday. I do like the energy though. We have a Two of Cups coming together. This feels like connecting with yourself, connecting with your higher purpose. There's a lot of focus here on higher purpose, destiny. What are you here for? Perhaps many of you are thinking about this, wondering, why are you here? I feel like this Two of Cups is really highlighting that. And we've got the Eight of Swords. That's the other interesting thing about this week is there's a big focus on personal growth. And again, what is your destiny? What are you wanting? And it almost kind of feels like you're onto something, but there's just something out of your grasp. Like you're so close to figuring something out, but you just can't quite see the big picture. There's something missing. There's a piece missing. And I really feel that with this Eight of Swords. This could be heightened around Tuesday, just because there is the energy of confrontation, taboo truths coming out, but there's something you can't quite put your finger on this week. There's just something maybe a little off. There's a piece missing, and that could be adding some confusion. And I would say don't get caught up in that. Just allow yourself to let that go, like this card is saying, gentle release. Yeah, I feel like this Eight of Swords, it could also just be a distraction. So don't allow yourself to get caught in the weeds with things, especially around communication. This feels in connection with a partner, a romantic partner, someone close to you. The communication might just be off. Maybe one or both parties aren't willing to hear what you're trying to say. It just might not be the right time to have that conversation. It also really feels like this week, there's a lot of people that are, I know that there's always people not paying attention, but this really feels like a disconnect for a lot of people this week. I'm really feeling that with this Eight of Swords. It's like being on autopilot, and you might really notice that this week. It's like people are going through the motions, but they're not really there. It's an odd feeling that I'm sensing here. I can't quite put my finger on what that is. The center of the read, we've got the Knight of Wands. This is fast-moving energy. This is things really, and possibly even midweek, really taking off. It's a lot going on. This could also be a lot of information coming into your awareness this week with the Knight of Wands. All of the knights are messengers. I will say, don't impulsively take action. Again, be very mindful of why you are taking action. Be very mindful of why you're doing the things that you are doing this week. We have the Three of Wands. We have the Empress coming in here. And I really feel her tied in with this gentle release. A reminder to nourish yourself, to give yourself space. Don't schedule your week so tight that you don't have any room to breathe. Allowing yourself to have a moment to yourself, but also really connecting with your intuition. Both the Empress and the High Priestess. Strong connections here with your intuition. Strong feminine energy here as well. Towards the end of the week, with this High Priestess energy, really connecting with yourself, having some downtime would be really helpful. Connecting with yourself. Both the Empress and the High Priestess really tune into your intuition. The High Priestess is more going within, and the Empress is more outward energy. A great week towards the end of the week for creative projects. You could be feeling very creative. You could have some divine inspiration. it does feel like towards the end of the week, the energy gets a little softer. Midweek, it does feel a little chaotic. I don't quite know what is going on with Tuesday, but Tuesday for me, that the energy on Tuesday feels very heightened. So just keep that in mind. Let's go ahead and pull a final card. We have the twos. We have two twos here. And that, to me, that feels like the universe is asking for your participation. It's asking for your interaction. It's really interesting that it feels like so many people are really disconnected this week. I don't quite understand what's going on with that. It's a weird feeling. Let's see what. Maybe let's pull from this deck here. But it does kind of feel like we start the week off with a feeling of connection, a feeling of coming together, and we end it with a similar energy. I don't know. It's interesting. But overall, there is a nice energy here, other than it's kind of like a weird zombie type of an energy that I'm picking up in the collective. Stay flexible this week. I think that's going to be good advice going forward, just in general, staying flexible. It feels like there was a time where life was pretty predictable. The energies were pretty predictable. There weren't a lot of huge shifts. That isn't the case anymore. It's almost kind of like a night and day energy every day. Things shift so quickly. The energy shifts so quickly. And I'm wondering if that's why a lot of people, that if you're not paying attention, the energy could be overwhelming, and maybe that's why people are tuning out and almost just in zombie mode. I don't know. It's an interesting energy. All right, so final message for this upcoming week. What else do we need to know? I'm also hearing in your communication with people, contracts, anything like that, if you don't understand something, make sure you are asking for clarification. Don't go into anything blind, especially if a contract is involved. Make sure you fully understand the language, you fully understand what's being expected of you. Ask questions. The card says, quiet, please. Yeah, I do feel, especially with this High Priestess and the Empress, it is allowing yourself to have some downtime is going to be really helpful, especially with the watery energy, because even small things can be amplified when you have a lot of water, and that's what I'm feeling this week. So allowing yourself space, downtime, rest is going to be really important. Alone time, if that's how you recharge, how do you recharge? Allow yourself to have that time this week. And also just allowing yourself to let go of things that aren't really helping you. Is there a way that you can simplify your life? Is there a way that you can simplify your week? There's definitely a lot of internal work going on this week. A lot of self-reflection. All right, interesting. All right, you guys. Well, that's what I have for the week ahead. Let me know how your week goes. I would be really interested to see if you are picking up on that. It's kind of a weird kind of zombie energy. It also feels a little like static electricity, kind of a feeling. Like anything could kind of kick off. It wouldn't take much, just a spark to kind of ignite something or for something to blow up or become bigger than it should be. I don't know. Let me know how you guys are feeling this week. All right. Have a great week, you guys, and I will talk to you real soon.